What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab show. We got NFL Week 1, baby. I love it. We obviously have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champions with Tom Brady. They have 22 starters returning from the Super Bowl. It's amazing to me. They open up against the Dallas Cowboys, and I really feel bad for the Cowboys. They really haven't been good since the 90s. Let's be real here. Yes, Jerry Jones, a billionaire. Yes, they're worth about $7 billion, the Dallas Cowboys. That's great and all, but they haven't won a Super Bowl, like I said, since the 90s. And they're going in to Tampa Bay against the defending Super Bowl champions. And I do think this is going to be a great game, but ultimately, I got to go with the defending Super Bowl champions. I got to go with Tom Brady, a 7-time Super Bowl winning champion, dude. 7 times. We can't make this up. You know, he gets traded. The Patriots released him last year. They say, good luck to you, Tom. You're old. Well, what does Tom do? First year in at Tampa, he wins a freaking Super Bowl. This is crazy, dude. Tom Brady 100% is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen all time. You know, we could go down the list from coming back against Atlanta in the Super Bowl, coming back when he was down 2 possessions against the Seattle Seahawks back in 2014. 2015. That's crazy, dude. Tom Brady, always does it. Against the Rams back in the early 2000s. He just does it, man. He has that clutch gene. Tampa Bay is the team to beat. They are. And can Tampa Bay go 17-0 and run the table? It's a possibility. Now, I want to jump to conclusions here and become like the Dolphins back in the 70s. I don't think that could happen. Yes, there's a shot. But yes, Tampa Bay, they do have a tough schedule. They're at New England against Tom Brady's old squad, at Rams, at Eagles, at Colts. So it's not a cakewalk here, okay? They do play Chicago at home, but, ultimately, they could. They could possibly go 17-0, run the table, go undefeated. Imagine if that happens. Imagine if Tom Brady runs the table, doesn't lose a game, wins another Super Bowl, wins number 8, and says, you know what, see you, NFL, I'm gone. I got 8 rings and I'm done. This is crazy. This is insane. But we have to understand defense wins championships. Starts with the linebacking core. Devin White, dude. They have, Barrett. They have Dominican Sue on the defensive line. They got everyone returning, dude. Plus what they got in the draft. So to me, it's just like the rich do get richer. That is a fact, dude. So I think, for me, the Cowboys, they got an uphill battle. Last season, what did the Dallas Cowboys do? It was a bad season. Dak Prescott got hurt after 5 games. They went 6-10, missed the playoffs. It was Mike McCarthy's first year in Dallas. Yes, he won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay Packers back in 2010, over a decade ago. That's great. But, this year it's like, Dallas Cowboys, it's almost the same every year, right? They have a great talent, great squad, and what do? They end up coming short year in and year out. If the Dallas Cowboys do make the playoffs, are they going to go to the Super Bowl? Probably not. It's a big year for Dak Prescott and company. It really is. A big year for Zeke, signed him a couple years ago for $100 million. Well-deserved to Zeke. Zeke's my favorite Dallas Cowboy player, 100%. I like how he runs. He's hungry. I like that. But to me, everything is pointing at Dak Prescott. Is he the guy there? We saw what Tony Romo did. Not much, really. Didn't even make it to the Super Bowl. So, the Cowboys, I just don't want to see the same movie over and over with them. They have so much talent on both sides of the ball, and it's just like, man, DeMarcus Lawrence. They have Jalen Smith, the old Notre Dame linebacker, on that team. They just have so many good players to where it's like, are they going to mesh? Are they going to have the secondary to stop Tom Brady? Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski. Dude, they just keep getting better and better year in and year out. Their center, Ryan Johnson's returning. Like I said, all 22 starters are returning to Tampa, dude. And it's really likely. That wouldn't even be a bad bet if you were like, you know what, Tampa's going to repeat. That would be actually a smart bet. That would be a really smart bet. You're betting on all 22 returning starters. He won the Super Bowl this past year at home. Like, dude, we can't make this up. Jason Pierre-Paul returning. Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, dude, they got the whole list back, and I'm telling you what, the clip is loaded for Tampa Bay. You don't think Tom Brady's hungry for another one? Like Tom Brady said, that next ring is what's motivating him. That next one, that next ring is just, it keeps coming and coming. So, hey, you guys can hate on Tom Brady and say whatever you want. At the end of the day, he's a champion. champion. He's a 7-time Super Bowl champion. He put in the work. He put in the commitment, and now he's the GOAT of the NFL. It's Tom Brady. We put on Mount Rushmore. It's going to definitely be Tom Brady and Michael Jordan on that Mount Rushmore of the greatest athletes of all time. Muhammad Ali, another one. These athletes are trendsetters. Like Tiger Woods, for example, another one. Serena Williams, another one. Those athletes, they're on another level. It's like they're not even in this atmosphere right now. That's how great they are. But the Tampa Bay tonight, I can't wait. They're 8.5-point favorites. I would roll the dice and say that's a smart bet. We really don't know much about Dallas Cowboys right now after Dak getting hurt. Coming back. I like Dak. I hope high expectations are for Dak Prescott this year. I feel like for Dak, it's like a make or break year. And I've said that before in the past, but I really do truly believe that. It's like, dude, are you guys going to get over the hump? Are you guys going to win multiple playoff games? Not necessarily make the Super Bowl, but at least win a playoff game. And we saw that a couple years ago when they beat Seattle. We saw Dak Prescott run on that 3rd and 14 where he took the big hit, but he got the first down and ultimately won the game. And that's what happens, dude. That's what happens to Super Bowl winning champions. They have to make that play no matter what. They have to risk their life on it. We're watching the best professional athletes smash each other's brains in, dude. This is great. I love the NFL. I think the NFL is one of the most successful companies in America right now. If we're talking sports-wise, 100%, dude. People love the NFL. Dude, they love it, dude. Fantasy draft, everything from everything. But to me, what's great about Tampa Bay is obviously, yes, their offense is great, but their defense. It's an old cliche. Yes, defense does win championships. That's a fact. We look back at the Super Bowl, 31-9 against Kansas City. We're talking about Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes and company. They averaged 28.5 points this past year, and they held them to 9 points. Didn't even score a touchdown, dude. Didn't even score, dude. Yeah, kick field goals, that's fine, but dude, not even a touchdown with Patrick Mahomes. And I get it, Patrick Mahomes is a great talent. He's a 1-time Super Bowl champion, but to me, it's just like, is he going to be the next Tom Brady's what they're talking? They were supposed to win last year. They were favorite against Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay. Okay, that's how explosive their offense was. And then we really dissected it and said, you know what? They had the safeties, they had the secondary, they had the linebacking core that could really run with these guys, and put pressure on Mahomes and really gave Mahomes a lot of fits. And I think that's really what we're going to see tonight against Dak Prescott and Dallas Cowboys. We're going to see a lot of fits here. We're going to see a lot of big pressure hits on Dak Prescott, dude. You don't think Tampa Bay's hungry for another ring, dude, to repeat? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happened before, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the last team to repeat was the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but, hey, this is a real possibility here. Yeah, 100%, Scotty Miller, a good slot receiver for Tampa, dude. Antonio Winfield Jr., the safety who threw out the deuces. To me, this is going to be a great, interesting season, and I understand, 17-0 is a far, far stretch for Tampa Bay, but is it really? Yes, I get it, at New England, but we have to understand New England let go of Cam Newton, and I really ultimately believe 100% Tom Brady's more valuable than Bill Belichick. Why? Okay, this is why. They let Tom Brady go, and he won a Super Bowl the first year. What did Bill Belichick do last year without Tom Brady? They didn't even make the playoffs, okay? They missed, dude. They missed the playoffs, okay? Does that say anything about it? Does that say anything? Does Bill Belichick make the throws in the late clutch moments? No, Tom Brady does, okay? Who takes the hits in the clutch moments? Tom Brady, not Bill Belichick. I get it. Bill Belichick's made some great calls, and I get that. But overall, it's going to be interesting to see what the Patriots do this year with Mac Jones. It's a big question mark. But I do believe, with Tom Brady going back to New England, at New England, it's going to be great. But, it's nothing. I don't think Tom Brady and Bill Belichick have a beef. I think their relationship is cemented already. They won 6 Super Bowls together, so I don't think anything can come between them. But right now, Tom Brady's thinking, hey, I'm with Tampa Bay. We just won another one. I can win 2 Super Bowls. And if I do return next year in 2022, I can ultimately three-peat, retire off to the sunset. You just never know. I think Tom Brady, he's just a different breed. He breathes it. He eats the right nutrition. He treats his body right, week in and week out. Every game is like a Super Bowl to Tom Brady. So that's why I think the difference between Tom Brady and the rest of the quarterbacks, man, I really do. They got to learn from him, for real. But I can't wait, man. Gronkowski, he was retired, came out of retirement just for Tom Brady. This is we can't make this stuff up. But I think for the Cowboys, I just don't want to see another disappointing season. I definitely want to see the Cowboys make the playoffs this year. If the Cowboys do not make the playoffs this year, they got to fire Mike McCarthy. There's no excuses here. The second season, I get that, but it's just like, dude, you're coaching the Dallas Cowboys here, the richest organization in the NFL football right now. It's like, dude, you got to win. There's no way in between, dude. You have to win no matter what. So I think Dak Prescott, yes, he's got to stay healthy. I think the Cowboys offensive line, they must protect Dak Prescott definitely in this game against Tampa tonight. Because if they don't, it's going to be a long night for the Dallas Cowboys and Dak. This would be a great upset if the Cowboys do pull off the win here. If we look at this and say, man, the Cowboys start off 1-0 against the defending Super Bowl champions, it's more than likely, yes, they will make the playoffs this year. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are doing something right. But I do think, the Dallas Cowboys, they've become a little bit one-dimensional over the years where, a lot of opponents really stacking the box against my favorite Dallas Cowboy, Zeke Elliott. Shout out to Zeke, man. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with the Bucs. The Bucs are going to stack, against Zeke. They're going to say, we're going to take Zeke out of the game. We're not going to have Zeke rush for over 100 yards on us and have them beat us. That's not what's going to happen. If anyone's going to beat us, it's going to be number 4, Dak Prescott. Prove to us that you can beat us. Prove to us that you can make the big throws in the late games, in the late moments, and third and longs. That's what's going to happen. So I think, it's going to be interesting. But 8.5, I'll take the Bucs on that all day. 51.5 is the over-under. And lately I've been leaning more towards the under in this. But, I do think, that Tampa Bay could really just pick up where they left off. 31 points in the Super Bowl. I do think they could score 30 again on Dallas. Dallas' weakness definitely is their secondary. So I think, Mike Evans, you got to stop. You got to stop Rob Gronkowski. You got to stop Antonio Brown. And this is huge. And this was the X factor here of Tampa Bay this offseason signing Antonio Brown to a 1-year deal. I think this is huge for Antonio Brown. And I've said it multiple times that Tom Brady did in fact save Antonio Brown's career. We saw what happened from Madden coverage to the bad relationship with the Pittsburgh Steelers, just being bounced around, a lot of violations and all this stuff. But, once he joined Tom Brady, everything cleared for Antonio Brown. His life really changed for the better. You don't think Antonio Brown realizes that? I think, this is amazing, dude. It's unreal. To me, what's unreal about Tampa Bay this year is 22 returning starters. This is insane to me, dude. Basically, their whole squad's coming back, dude. They're going for round 2. It is possible they could go 17-0, but I got to take Tampa Bay in this one. And honestly, I would be surprised straight up if the Dallas Cowboys do get the upset here. 100%, I would be surprised because Dak Prescott coming off an injured season, only played 5 games last year. They were 6-10, dude. Third in the NFC West or East, or West. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but it's just one of the things with the Cowboys. It's like we've seen the movie over and over again. It's just like, is it going to happen again to the Dallas Cowboys? Are they going to have all this hype surrounding them? Being so rich and wealthy, are they going to have that hype to where, hey, they're going to miss the playoffs again? They're going to go 8-8 again. They're going to go 9-7 and maybe squeak in and lose the first round of the playoffs. It's just like, what's going to happen to the Cowboys? It's a big question mark here. But one thing we do know, Tampa Bay is bringing it, dude. They are bringing it, man. They are here to stay for a minute. As long as Tom Brady plays, and I do believe Tom Brady could play in the NFL for the next couple years, and I thought he'd, almost retire by now. I thought he'd come out and say, this is the end of his last contract with Tampa Bay. To where it's like, hey, Tom Brady could say, see ya if he wins another one, right? But Tom Brady said, I will retire when I can't throw the ball anymore, when I suck. He came out and said he throws the ball like he's 24. Which is crazy to think, right? All the hits that Tom Brady's taken out throughout the years since he began his career in New England. This is crazy to me. This is insane. But, overall, like I said at the beginning, defense wins championships. And I'm telling you, Tampa Bay, they have a legit defense. When you can hold Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City's to no touchdowns, just field goals only, hey, you're well-deserving. You will win another Super Bowl. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So to me, it's Tampa Bay versus everybody else in the NFL right now. They are the team to beat right now. Okay, they can easily repeat. They can go 17-0 and run the whole table. Tom Brady can send it off to the sunset with his 8th Super Bowl championship and say, "See ya, I am officially the goats of goats." That's what he can really say, though. You know, for real. Him, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, those guys, they can set off into the sunset and say, "Peace out, I am done. I'm rolling with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, baby, and Tom Brady and company. Let's get it. Let's go!"